Alright, first and foremost, we'll give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Sincere greeting all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners teaching this truth with sincerity and charity. Today's class is everything thine heart desires. Everything your heart desires. What does our heart desire? What does your heart desire? What if they ask the average American, what would they say their heart desire?
Worldly things.
Like what?
Cars.
Car.
Houses.
Money. To buy what? Cars and houses. Right. And what else? What a man want?
A woman of the world.
Women. Women. You see Bart?
He's hurting them, boy.
He hurt. Bart sick, man. Sick. Chasing after his desires. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 26. Bring us in.
The book of Proverbs chapter 28, verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Is a what?
Is a fool. But whosoever walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
But whosoever walketh wisely, whosoever chases after Sophia, which is wisdom in the Greek, he shall be delivered. Go ahead to the next slide. And see, we don't believe that. We believe we can figure this thing out, man.
Right.
That's why every year we doing that New Year, New Me. Cause I'm finna try something different. Cause I'm finna figure this thing out. I did that first. These first 21 years.
First 2 weeks of the year.
These first 30. These first 40 years. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm finna try something new. All right, and it said, he that walketh wisely will be delivered. What will he be delivered from? Wrong motives, wrong attitudes, wrong morals, wrong behaviors. Because that's what all your desires are going to lead you to. Your desires are going to lead you to this truth, and you're going to have motives, you're going to have intentions that are going to be wrong. It's not going to be about serving the Most High. You're going to have the wrong attitude towards things. You ain't going to want to sit down and hold the signs. You ain't going to want to just be no flyer boy. You're going to want to be the star of the show every time. You're going to have the wrong attitudes. You're going to have the wrong morals. You're going to have the wrong behaviors. Right? You're not going to love your brother.
Right.
You're going to have hatred in your heart. You're going to have envy. You're going to have strife. You're going to be contentious. All right, go to the next slide. Heart intelligence. You know, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we go into that, we go into the heart, and we're going to get into that, a couple precepts on that. But, you know, we understand that the heart is the mind from the mark. What's that? 7:21. We get into the mark 7:21, and we understand that the heart is the mind, right? But that ain't necessarily what they're saying. The Hebraic thought they already understood that. They already understood that the heart sends out more signals than the brain does. And here's a recent article it comes 2012 article in August. Just read that top paragraph that shows you that they just starting to discover that the heart is actually sending off signals to the brain rather than the brain sending them to the heart.
Right.
Go ahead, read that.
Heart intelligence is the flow of awareness, understanding, and intuition we experience when the mind and emotions are brought into coherent alignment with the heart. It can be activated through self-initiated practice. And the more we pay attention when we sense the heart is speaking to us and guiding us, the greater our ability to access this intelligence and guidance more frequently. Heart intelligence underlies circular organizations and guides and involves organisms towards increased order, awareness, and coherence of their body's systems.
So science is just picking up what the Hebraic thought and what our prophets and what we knew of our forefathers already knew from 2,000-3,000 years ago. All right, give me Mark chapter 15, verse 19. We just gonna dig into that thought.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 19. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts.
From out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, right?
Murders.
Come on.
Adulteries.
Adultery. Somebody heartbroken. They go out there and they murder somebody, man. They out there and murder their wife.
Fornications. Thefts. False witness. Blasphemies.
And blasphemies. All these things, all these evil things, all these evil thoughts, all these evil iniquities come from the heart. They start in your heart. That's why Yahushua said, if you just look at a woman in Matthew chapter 5, you just look at a woman with lust, you have already committed adultery.
Right.
Go ahead to the next slide. Don't waste good labor, man. Don't waste good labor. Don't waste good labor chasing your desires, man. Because a lot of times you're going to get those things, you're going to realize that ain't what you want, and you're going to want something else. You're going to do all this work to get this man, you're going to do all this work to get this female, and then you're going to realize, you know what, I ain't even everything I thought it was going to be. It's going to end up costing you headache, it's going to end up costing you pain. Then you're going to want something else. You're going to waste all this energy and all this time trying to get this dream car. And you're going to find out, you know, after a while, like with any car, if any new car you get, after a while, man, you start washing it. You don't wash it like you used to wash it. You let the pollen build up on it, man. You ain't stepping in it like you used to step in it. Seat covers tear up. You ain't replaced the seat covers. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come out there, you're seeing another scratch. And then when you first get it, you get agony because every time you come out there, there's a new scratch on the car. You getting hurt, you're like, oh!
You don't even care no more.
You like, look at, like, then you start looking around, like, what? Who did this, man? I was at Joanne's today, and I messed around and fell asleep before I got out the car. I heard something go, boom! Darn.
Somebody hit your car with the.
I thought somebody hit it, but it was just a runaway shopping cart, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a runaway shopping cart.
Hit your car?
Yeah, man. Because it was so windy today.
Yeah, it was.
It was windy today, man. Yeah, man.
It was so crazy.
I walked through, I got out like I was ready to fight. I got the car like. Where hit my car like that, man? Then I looked at the car, I was like, ain't that it? There was all kind of dents on the car. Like, I ain't even know so many dents on the car. I don't even know which one, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, it didn't do that. It didn't do that, you know what I'm saying?
So it woke you up.
You know, but yeah, it woke me up. Yeah, that was the only damage it did. I getting it good now. Man, I was ripping and running all day today trying to get material. But, give me Proverbs 16, verse 3. And you're just wasting your labor, man.
Right.
Come on.
Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Lord.
Commit your works unto the Lord, and what?
And thy thoughts shall be established.
And your thoughts are going to be established, man. As a man thinketh, so is he. Your thoughts are going to be established, man. You meditate on that word day and night. Your thoughts will be established. You know what I'm saying? Your ways will be prosperous. Give me John chapter 6, verse 26. And he gonna once you commit yourself to him, once you commit to his works and commit to what the Most High is doing, and how the Most High and to the Holy Spirit and allowing that to guide you, then you know what I'm saying, you won't have those thoughts like that. You'll steer away from those thoughts. They still gonna be there, but you gonna have to work it out. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, you'll mortify flesh enough that you know what I'm saying, you can contain it.
Right. John chapter 6, verse 26. Yahushua answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, you seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves and were filled. Labor not for the meat which perishes, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life.
They said, man, you ain't even, Yahushua saying, you ain't even following me. It's right after, you know what I'm saying, he fed the thousands with the bread and with the 2 loaves and the fish. Right. He's like, man, you ain't come here because you seen the miracle, man. You just came here for the bread. You just came here to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just came here to eat. Y'all remember when I was in Christianity, man, a lot of times, you know, people go in there just to eat. Just to, if Men's Day, they know the women gonna cook. It's gonna be a meal every 5th Sunday. They just come in there to eat. Or you got people who go to the pantry. They go to the pantry. They don't care nothing about the service. They'll never see them at church. They ain't never paying the church tithes. But every Saturday or Sunday, whenever they do the open pantry.
Or new moons.
Huh?
Or new moons.
Or they should say, or they show up. We never see them in the school, but they show up. You never see them in class, but they showing up for Passover, for the holy feast days, and the new moons. When that food there, they there. You know what I'm saying? So they not there for the healing. They not there for the teachings. They not there. They're not there because they seen the miracles. They seen, you know what I'm saying, people raised up. They seen the Most High glorified. They're not there for that. They there because, and they following, and they going out on the highways and byways just for bread, just for social media likes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's wasting your labor.
All right. Verse 27, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto an everlasting
You
life.
see, labor not for that meat that perishes. Those likes gonna perish, man. You're gonna have to put up another post the next day. That post only gonna last a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna have to put up another one, man. It only gonna last you 24 hours. So you did all that labor, went out there with the brothers for just one day, and that's not gonna get you in the kingdom. You're not trying to live righteously.
Right.
It's not gonna get you in the kingdom, so you might as well just be in the world. But for the meat that what?
Which the Son of Man shall give, for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life.
The meat that endure for everlasting life. You need to be laboring for something that endures for everlasting life. That's storing up your heavenly treasures. Letting go of these worldly things. I did a lesson on self-storage. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop storing ourselves, storing up our dreams, storing up our ambitions, and let those things go and allow the Most High to plant us new ambitions. Let the Most High plant us, and we can grow and prosper into something, prosper into what he's put inside of us, and tap into our true potential, and tap into the potential that he's laid within us that we don't even know about, that we don't even know that we qualified for. None of the prophets were qualified. Like if you qualify for it, if you feel you qualify for it, it's probably not from the Most High, because he's gonna pick, just like he picked Gideon, who was hiding inside of the wine press, and call him a soldier of valor. Call him a mighty soldier while he hiding inside the wine press. Gideon didn't think he was qualified. Moses didn't think he was qualified. He thought, you know what, I got a speech impediment. You know what I'm saying? Not that he had a speech impediment, but he actually spoke Egyptian. He didn't speak. He wasn't good at speaking Hebrew because he was raised amongst the Egyptians. But he didn't think he was qualified. So he gave him Aaron. But the Most High is gonna deal with people. He gonna qualify you. He qualifies you, not you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we spend our labors trying to qualify ourselves, and then that's why it don't work out, and that's why it becomes that's why it says many books destroy the heart. Many books is weird.
Wearies the mind or something.
Yeah, sometimes. I put that precept up in the video. Keep going on that.
Labor not for the meat, Shalakia, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have God the Father sealed. 28. Then said they unto him, what shall we do, that we may work the works of God? 29. Jesus answered and said to them, this is the work of Yahweh.
This is the work of God. See, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, we think the works is just hitting the highways and byways. We don't really got a precept for that, but this is the works. That you what?
That you believe on him which he have sent.
That you believe on him that who was sent. That you believe on Yahweh Shai. And the belief, it comes, it's like we really have to examine self and see, do we really believe?
Right.
A lot of Yahweh Shai's teachings, we cannot eat because we don't believe. He almost telling you to jump, and we won't jump because we don't believe. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Go ahead to the next slide. And if we did, man, Israel would be a lot farther than we are. Israel would be a lot farther than we are. We can get on Christianity a lot, but those people, even though it's a lie, they believe the lie. That's why they invest in it, man. A man's heart is where his treasure is.
Yeah.
So Israel, we not investing in Israel. We not investing. We don't have schools. We don't have daycares. We ain't got a mega church. You know what I'm saying? I know the Most High don't deal in temples or whatnot, but we shouldn't be renting them. We shouldn't be having to worry about, you know what I'm saying? We doing summits. We got to worry about where we going to stay. We going to get an Airbnb. We going to do the with the woo. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to fill up one of them convention centers, man. You got one pastor can fill up one of them convention centers, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fill up Phillips. Can fill up Phillips,
In
man.
a matter of minutes.
Come on. Selling out tickets.
Tickets sold.
Book tours. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start, and see, that comes with belief.
Right.
You don't invest in it because you don't really believe in it like that. You don't think you're gonna get something in return. You don't believe in what was promised. Because if you believed in what was promised, you'll go 100 with it. You'll go all in. I'm looking at the camera, said. Go ahead with that Mark chapter 7 verse 21.
The book of Mark chapter 7 verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lavishness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
These are the things that defile the man. And see, a lot of times all we want to talk about is the cigarettes and the alcohol and the beer. But the heart does way more damage than just defiling your temple.
Right.
It does way more damage than them cigarettes. Them cigarettes don't bring on adultery. The cigarettes and the weed don't bring on fornication and murders and thefts and covetousness. Now you might cover somebody for a Newport. That's your last. So you want the short. But you know what I'm saying. The heart will defile a man.
Right.
A lot of you sitting here like, hey man, you pointing the finger at somebody like, hey man, you
don't
stop eating that
yourself,
pork,
man.
stop eating them cigarettes,
Why you got
put
lobster
the
in
pork
your
down,
bowl,
when
man?
you got lobster and all that,
Right.
and you dealing with adultery and fornication, and that's really defiling you. The Most High is not gonna be dwelling in there.
Or pride.
Your temple and pride, come on, ooh. And foolishness, and the folly,
There's a heavy hitters right there.
and the folly, the blasphemy. All these evil things come from within, and they defile you.
Right.
They defile the temple. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 3.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 3. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun.
This evil is more evil than all the things under the sun. Come on.
That there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil.
It's full of evil.
And madness is in their heart while they live.
And madness, crazy. They hearts are crazy. Their hearts are psychotic. That's why you can't trust it. That's why you run back to your exes. Your heart, you be like, man, I gotta follow my heart. I gotta follow my heart with this, and you crying.
Right.
I love you and you crying. I be 100, man. I done sat in front of females and they crying. And they crying and taking me back at the same time. And they shouldn't have, because I was wicked. But they crying. It's gonna be 100. They crying. They are hurt, sick, crying, and then taking me back. That's like a conflict. That's a conflict. That was a conflict of the body and the mind and the heart, or the body and the heart. That was a conflict, and that's madness. That's a sign of madness, man. A sign of being crazy in love. You know what I'm saying? We say stuff like that, but that's not healthy. All right. Read that Jeremiah 17:9. That's
The
important.
book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The heart is deceitful. The heart will trick you more than anything. The heart that's in you will fool you more than anything else. And what?
And desperately wicked.
And it's desperately wicked. Come on.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? Who know the heart? Come on.
The Lord, I the Lord search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
So the Most High searches the heart. That's why no sins are hidden from the Most High. Even the ones you ain't even really committed yet. It was a movie called what was that movie?
What was it about?
It was like they could predict you was about to commit a crime before you did it, though.
Final Destination?
Nah, man, Final Destination.
Said,
but it was, I think it was like
crime?
Tom Cruise, yeah, and they had like these oracles that sat in this water, and they would predict the crime. Like, as soon as you had that murder in your head, the police will swarm down on you and then lock you up.
I don't even know about that. That's crazy. Bro.
Mama was talking about that.
You seen that movie though?
I ain't never heard of that. That's
Yeah, it was a
crazy,
movie with Tom Cruise. I'll plug it in.
Right.
Yeah, as soon as the Most High knows that heart, man, and he gonna search those things out. You gonna get up there and say, but what you didn't do and da da da, but you had those things in your heart, and you're gonna be judged for them.
Right.
Like, go to the next slide. Refrain and resist, man. You got to refrain and resist, man. Your heart gonna be saying it, man. Your heart gonna be saying, go, 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 do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And like I say, like the Jeremiah 17:9, man, the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it, man? You thinking your heart saying go, go, go. But you gotta refrain from that. And you thinking that your heart saying go, go, go means that you need to act on those things, and a lot of times that's not the case. Now you do have a gut feeling and an ambition and some, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get that little tinkle on certain things,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying? You gotta know self. You gotta know how you operate and know that if those things are just being activated by lust. Give me Sirach chapter 18 verse 30.
The book of Sirach chapter 18 verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
Go not after thy lust. Come on.
But refrain thyself from thy appetites.
That's what this book is about, man. It's about reframing. It's about denying self. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up your cross, and whoever want to follow me must deny themselves and pick up their cross. But refrain thyself from thine appetites and what? 31.
31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that malign thee.
And if thou givest thy soul to the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock, man. So you'll go on Facebook and you think, you know what I'm saying, this relationship is all plush and this thing is rock solid. This my husband, this my da. And then 6 months later, y'all broke up, and everybody who sat there and gave you that like are slick laughing at you now. I'm gonna bring it to current time.
Everybody get
They slick laughing at you. They slick laughing at you, man. Keep going.
Take not pleasure in much good cheer. Neither be tied to the experience thereof.
And neither be tied to that experience, man. A lot of times, and that's what them soul ties that we get with in these past relationships, or with these relationships with our exes, we get tied, and we start like that highlight reel, and every man got a highlight reel. You get that soul tie. You gotta mortify that.
Right.
You gotta mortify those thoughts. And women, you get that soul tie too. You know what I'm saying? Women will cry at pictures. They'll look at a picture and cry, and start thinking about a memory, a club picture. Y'all took it, y'all were drunk. You know, yeah, you don't even know. You too young for that. They used to take club pictures. Used to be a photographer inside of the club that take Polaroids. They take Polaroids. Yeah, they take a Polaroid and had like a backdrop with like a Chrysler 300 and some dice and some weed and maybe a dog smoking weed. And then we'll take a picture behind it and be like, yeah, I remember that night. That was the night we first met.
Right.
And you get tied to that, man. Take not much pleasure and good cheer, and neither be tied to the experience. You gotta be balanced, man. Not that you shouldn't be cheerful about things, but you don't wanna stay up in that and be over anxious or over cheerful about anything. Sirach chapter 19 verse 5.
Sirach 19 and 5. Whoso take the pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned.
Whoso take the pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. Come on.
But he that resisted pleasures crowned his life.
But he that resisteth pleasures crown his life. See, we don't believe that. And listen, if it ain't for that, if the lust of your flesh, man, the main lust of your flesh is for men is women. If you can control that like I don't see how you can't get the crown of life. That's the last. Once you beat that, that's the last thing. And then once you beat that, then women have to come at you differently. They have to come at you at a different angle. They can't just come at you with the box. They can't just smile and shit. They have to figure out like how I'm gonna get his attention, how I'm gonna Right. You know what I'm saying? But whoso take a pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. You're gonna get trapped up with the baby mama. She know how to trap you up with the box. They lay with you and keep you in there. Keep you in there, man. Lock you in there, and then you know what I'm saying. You got 2-3 kids with her, and you know what I'm saying. You get trapped up, and then you trying to jump on to something else. You can't leave her, but you still gonna try to get something else because you love the pleasure of it. And then you get trapped up again, and then you gonna end up facing judgment because you was living a life of fornication and adultery.
Right.
And they don't get into the kingdom. You can't be sitting in front of the Most High with that judgment of fornication and adultery. They don't get in there.
They gonna be looking at every report like.
That's it. You don't make the book. They gonna block you out. You just gonna go ahead and just get the ink thing.
It's a stamp.
Because you went up there and you didn't repent. Go into the next slide. What should you desire?
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 24. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted.
But the desires of the righteous shall be granted. Go ahead to that Proverbs 11:23. We're going to see what the righteous, what they should be desiring.
Proverbs 11:23. The desire of the righteous is only good.
The desires of the righteous is only good. The things that you desire, the things that righteous people desire are only good in the Most High's eyes. Come on.
But the expectation of the wicked is wrath.
But the expectation of the wicked is wrath, man. A lot of times you know you finna mess up, man. You know you're gonna get caught up. You know you don't want to even. I ain't gonna get into that. Ain't gonna get too far into that. Go ahead to the next slide. What is good? We said the righteous only desires that which is good. What is good? Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 28.
Deuteronomy 12:28. Observe and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever. When thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of the Lord,
Thy God.
thy God.
All right, so hear, observe, and hear all these words which I command thee. All the words that command thee, that the Most High commands thee, these are the things which are good. And you gonna want to, your desire is gonna be to do those things that are pleasing unto the Most High. Those things that exalt His name. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 17.
Deuteronomy 6:17. You shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and His testimonies and His statutes, which He hath commanded thee. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest go in and possess the good land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers.
And you can go possess the good land. And see those, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get the good land.
Right.
I want some land, man. Ain't you gonna get the good land if I ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man? You ain't finna give them to you. Right? Go ahead to the next slide. All right, the Most High will give you your desires if they are that which is good.
Psalms 31:7. No, Psalms 37:4. I delight to do. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thy heart.
You gotta delight yourself in the Lord. And see, if you delight yourself in the Lord, you commit thy works to the Lord. You gonna do those things that you gonna want to do. Those things you gonna desire. He gonna give unto you. He gonna give you more time to get into the scripts. I used to be like, man, I need more time. I just need more time where I can just sit and I can just read and I can just dig more into the scripts. He gonna give you that time. He gonna give you that Sabbath day off if you delight in the Most High. But if you using those intentions to get the Sabbath day off so you can get some social media likes and pretend out here, then you know what I'm saying, you're gonna mess around and get some wrath. Because anybody who prepares themselves to serve the Lord will be facing temptation, will be facing affliction, will be facing persecution. You will go through the trials and go through the furnace to see if you're gonna be proven or see if you're gonna be reprobate. But delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Come on, because He already knows what you want. He knows what you really want. Isaiah 58, verse 13.
Isaiah 58:13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath to doing thy pleasure on my holy day,
if you stop doing your pleasure on His holy day,
and call the Sabbath a delight,
and call the Sabbath for a delight. See, that's what a delight is. You turning away from your pleasures and doing the pleasures of the Most High. That's delighting yourself in the Lord. Delighting yourself in the Lord is exactly the opposite of what your pleasures are. What is a man's pleasures? What is your pleasure?
Mine's?
Yeah, if you had to get some pleasure.
I think I like playing the game.
That's it?
Is that a pleasure?
Yeah, that's a pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, that game a problem.
That
game a problem.
Listen,
The
that
video game is a problem. Even in relationships.
That's underrated, man.
The video game's a problem. I done had females say they like the video game. And see, that's what I'm saying. That's why the heart is deceitful. Because people are just gonna say what they want to say. That's all the first beginning of the conversations are all about what you like. And then you hear what that person like, then you hear what the other person like, and then y'all just both finna lie to each other and say, yeah, I like those things. And then
we like this.
Right, this what we you know what I'm saying? And you don't really like your man playing the game.
All right.
You don't really like sitting up there watching Mad. You don't really like sitting up there watching Lifetime for 4-5 hours.
He don't.
You don't like watching ID. You like sitting up here watching the same murder stories over and over and over. You don't like watching that, man. But you do that because you chasing your pleasures.
But yeah, that was
you chasing the pleasures of the flesh.
The gaming was something that I would like. I was something I was doing on the Shabbat.
Yeah.
Until I actually seen this right here. This could
right.
cause that pleasure and stuff, and I was like, well,
right. Just give it a break, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just give it a break.
I'm gonna resume. Nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words.
Don't you speak your own words. Come on.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord.
Then you going to see. That's what I'm telling you. Delight thyself. Go back to the Psalms 37 verse 4.
37:4. Delight thyself in the Lord.
And then go back to
Isaiah 58 verse 14.
13. Halfway through 13.
The holy of the Lord honorable and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord.
Then you gonna delight yourself in the Lord. If you not speaking your own words, you're not doing your own pleasures, then you delight yourself in the Lord. Once you delight yourself in the Lord, he gonna give you your desires.
I see it now.
You see it?
I see it.
That's why I broke it down like that.
I see that.
Right.
That was good. That was good.
All right. Go ahead and finish this off. We all want this. I think it's like second to last slide. This is the last slide.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it.
And see, that's what we don't believe. We don't believe if we just separate ourselves from our pleasures and delight ourselves in the Lord. He say, I will cause thee to ride upon high places of the earth. And feed thee with the heritage of your father.
Right.
He gonna put you up. He gonna exalt you up.
Right.
And you ain't even gonna want it. But once you sit up here and you trying to qualify yourself to death, you ain't gonna get there.
Right.
Go ahead to the next slide. How to build a house. Because this is one of the things that we want. This is one of the desires we want. We want a house and a car. And show what the scriptures say how to build a house. All right, it's just a little bonus. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3. I want to build my house.
Right.
Right. I want to build mine.
Right. Proverbs 24:3. Through wisdom is a house built.
Through what?
Through wisdom is a house built.
The house gonna have to start with that wisdom. Come on, but that's Sophia.
And by understanding is it established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches.
And by knowledge it's gonna be filled. For the wisdom and the understanding and knowledge is gonna fill that house up with pleasant riches, because the knowledge is the application.
Right.
The wisdom is the instruction. The understanding is you understanding and you have comprehension of the instructions, and then the knowledge is actually the application of what you understood. Once you start applying these scriptures, once you get the scriptures, once you start understanding the scriptures, then once you start applying them, your house will, and the chambers inside of your house will be filled with precious and pleasant riches, man. You can just write these just, you know what I'm saying, for these kind of milky precepts. But just for the camera's sake, wisdom, I'm going to give you the precepts. We're not going to read them all for time's sakes. Wisdom, these are precepts for wisdom. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15 through 17. Sirach chapter 19, verse 20. Understanding. Here are precepts. Psalms 111:10, Psalms 119:104, Sirach 21:11, Proverbs 9 verse 10. There you go, precepts for knowledge. Malachi 2 verse 7, Proverbs 12 verse 1, Proverbs 21 verse 11, and Proverbs 23 verse 12. All right, see if we got another hit there. All right, desire wisdom. Proverbs chapter 8 verse 10.
The book of Proverbs 8 and 10. Receive my instruction and not silver.
It's received the instruction in what?
And not silver. And knowledge rather than choice gold.
And knowledge rather than choice gold. We said the house must be built with what? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Receive my instructions, not silver, my knowledge rather than gold. And come on, verse 11.
For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things may be desired are not to be compared to.
And all things that your heart gonna desire shouldn't even compare to wisdom, to Sophia. And you should be chasing her first. Give me that Proverbs chapter 3 verse 13.
Proverbs 3 and 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom.
Happy is the man that findeth wisdom.
And the man that getteth understanding.
See, even when people, like, even people who a lot of people look up to, or these social media people, or these influencers, that's the word that social media uses, a lot of them are still facing depression. That's why they have to get up on Facebook and put all them posts up and try to, a lot of times the people who do the most posts about healing, or who put the most posts with the selfies up, they have low self-esteem. Or gotta be butt naked to get 1,000 likes. They may get 10,000 likes, but they facing low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. That's why they have to get out there and expose themselves like that. A lot of the people who will sit up there and they post all these quotes about healing yourself and building yourself up and doing, they are the lowest right now. Mentally, they are struggling mentally to hold themselves together. So they searching for these posts really to help them. It really ain't for nobody else. And see, you just got to look at people and understand that they sick, and because they not gonna tell you, because this is a world that we don't tell each other these things.
Fake.
Yeah, it's fake. That's all it is. It's just totally the opposite. That's all it is. It's a total opposite. If that's all they doing, they ain't really doing it. It's really the exact opposite. If all they posting is Dr. Zebi diets and all this stuff, they not following it. They having a hard time with their weight. They feeling overweight. Go ahead and finish that. Where we was at? 14.
14.
Yeah.
For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold.
They said, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof is than fine gold. Because the gain is the kingdom. The gain is heavenly treasures. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom gonna have a mineral up there, man. You can't. What's that Wakanda mineral?
What?
That great thing in the Black Panther movie, that mineral that they had, that nobody else had, that made them, you know what I'm saying, this advanced technology or whatever. There may be, you know what I'm saying, minerals like that that heavenly treasure, man, is gonna shine so crazy.
Right.
Anyway,
probably make gold look like some, I don't know, some dust.
Like, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna want to deal with it.
Right. Verse 15, she is more precious than rubies, and the things thou canst desire cannot be compared to her. Length of days is in her right hand.
Length of days, man. You want to live longer? Those things, like he who chases after pleasure, they not gonna live long. That's why rappers don't live long. That's why these actresses don't live long, because once they start in these movie stars, because once they start having access to all their pleasures, all their desires, they overindulge and kill themselves, because that's all the flesh wants to do anyway. So once you allow the flesh to do what it wants to do, you're gonna die. You're gonna be sitting up there, man. You know what you know, that Wendy Williams, you see? Yeah, man. That ODN husband leaving you, husband cheating on you with a little thought. Giving the thought, like, how does thought deserve Lambos? I don't get it, man. But yeah, chasing after what the heart desires, man. You gonna do those things, man. You gonna do those things. This sister got you riding in Lamborghinis and you ain't doing nothing. And you still gonna chase a thought. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. Keep going.
17. Her ways are the ways of pleasantness, and her paths are peace.
And her paths are peace, man. Her path is the direction to peace. Right? Her path is the direction to the kingdom.
Right.
The kingdom is righteousness, joy, and peace. Romans 14:17.
Right.
Keep going.
She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her. And happy is everyone that retaineth her.
And happy is the person that retains her. Keep going.
The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth. By understanding have he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up in the clouds.
So in the Proverbs, what was that? Proverbs 24?
Right.
Proverbs 24. He sat there in the Proverbs 24. They gave you on how to build a house.
How to build.
Proverbs chapter 3. We
Right.
giving you Proverbs chapter 3 verse 19. We showing you how the Most High built this earth.
Ain't even catching it.
Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Start that again from 19.
Verse 19. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth. By the understanding have he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up. And the clouds drop down the dew.
And the clouds dropped down the dew because it didn't rain till Noah. It just was dew around. And with that, we're gonna say shalom, man. We hope y'all was edified. Shalom.